Welcome back to another reaction for Tomb Raider King Episode 2. What did you use? Oh, it's a pressure point. I see. Ah.
こいつは俺がいただいていく。俺の剣が。こいつはな、こうやって使うんだよ。
It transforms into a saber instead of a little, or a sword instead of a little knife. Is he invisible?
What? どうだ？まだ続けるか？
They can't? They are stabbed? Hello? It's like you shoot someone in the arm and like, do you want to continue? No, I would like medical assistance right now.
それでいくら巻き上げられたの？
通帳にあった金とその仏像。
え？何やってんのよ。
Buddha statue. Is that the knife?
何やってんのよ。今すぐ取り返してきなさいよ。
変だな。
他の店でも同じです。5000円もしませんね。捨てた方がいい。
新井があれだけ慌ててたんだ。安物のはずがないんだよな。
It's maybe relic? Spy skill unlocked, sure. Status contains a suspicious substance. Oh. You're doing a little bit of smuggling.
怪しい物質？内部に？そういうことかよ。
You went to a shop, maybe even multiple shops. You never once shook the Buddha. Really? I feel like that is one of the first instincts people have. They have this thing in hand. It's like, doesn't weigh much, or does, something is off. They shake it. Also, he got sent back in time in the old timeline. He was a smuggler as well, right? I mean, theoretically, it was smuggling artifacts. But he does have knowledge around illegal stuff. Wouldn't you assume there's something hidden with this thing? Maybe some drugs or something else. Now, you probably don't know that it's whatever this is. But again, I feel like you don't need a message to tell you, hey, there's something inside this thing. Why are you dropping the Buddha statue? You don't know if there's more inside. You don't know if it has some value.
やっぱりな。
You did not. That's the problem. You did not.
古物商に売るような代物じゃなかった。
おお、亮が。
ああ、ケンさん、俺だけど。
I mean, we have to find out what that thing is before we can really say if it's something you would sell to a pawnbroker. I don't remember what was the job of his uncle police? Question mark? Why do I feel like he has some connections to a pharmaceutical company? I don't know why.
あ、はい。それが会長。あ、はい。申し訳ございません。はい。
Also very stupid if your guys were trying to smuggle something that they picked a fight.
誰？電話中よ。
姉さん。
麻薬密輸流通通報があってきました。
麻薬？うちは美術品の取引業者よ。善良な市民です。
ネタは全部上がってます。密輸した物は倉庫に保管してあるそうですね。
なんで？どうやって千葉の倉庫のことまで？でも保管室に入るには暗証番号がいるから。あ、倉庫ですって？証拠はある？警察なら何でもありなの？
倉庫にて美術品600点確認。そのすべてから麻薬が見つかりました。
保管室を全部開けたですって？
You're not explaining how this happened.
報奨金1000万円が入金される。無駄遣いせず必ず貯金しろよ。
心配性だな。
Oh, so we get the money we needed. Right. Yeah, yeah. Any explanation? Hello? Story? Hello? We are just supposed to take it? I mean, okay, so you found the thing. Fair enough. Should have found it without your skill, but you found it. You gave it to the police. They were like, okay, we do this. Okay. We go in here. And we are like, okay, yeah. We have a secret tip. Sure. And they're like, okay, already collected the evidence. I assume the rest is in the warehouse. How do you know the warehouse? I'm guessing about because of our guy. Maybe it's because of the past, because he was a gopher or whatever, and he had to work with for them, and he knew all the passwords to the warehouses. Maybe, which feels a little bit unsafe. I guess that is the only explanation I can come up with. So from the past life, he knew all the passwords for all the warehouses, and for some reason in the past timeline, this woman and the guys gave this totally random dude that they assumed they had under control the passwords of all their drugs, all their drug locations, which, sure, it's a very big liability, I feel like.
これで初期費用も確保できたし、家で一眠りするかな。明日から本格的に墓を探すとするか。
Why is it so quiet?
記憶ではここに俺んちが。まさか墓ができたのか。これは運がいいのか悪いのか。
What? Shouldn't you know if your apartment had a tomb spawn around it or not? I'm assuming the tombs spawn in the same location as they did previously.
大変なことになったよ。
何なの？大丈夫ですか？
大丈夫です。
はい、今着きました。
よし、取り掛かれ。
日本政府はまだ墓のことを知らないんですよね。間もなく爆破が始まります。まだ墓のことは誰にも気づかれてないようです。では。
どうも。
あなたは
そんなに驚くなよ、リンダ・ウォーカー。
ベント共和国の発掘団がここに何の用かしら。
アメリカから来た人にそんなこと言われる筋合いはないな。
Aren't we in Korea?
時差ボケしてないか？
泥棒するのにご熱心なこと、ルイ剣士。
俺たち同じ穴の無地なだろう。お高く止まんなよ。気を抜いてると異物は俺たちがいただくぜ。
おっと、ずる賢い CIA と間抜けなベント共和国の発掘団がもう嗅ぎつけてきたのか。それより爆破？墓の扱い方を知らないところを見ると本物の専門家はいないってことだな。よし。おい、これは間違いない。トゥームグリフだ。トゥームグリフ、イブスたちの言語。ご丁寧なことに墓のあちこちに自分のことを細かく書き記してる。だからこれを読めば墓の入り口から罠の位置まで全てわかるってわけだ。なんだよ、幸先がいいな。
I assume we can read them? Are we supposed? We're supposed to assume you can read them, I guess?
さて、読んでみるか。
Okay.
Oh.
Expert cryptographer. You have gained a new title and unlocked a skill.
Oh.
Tomb Raider basic skill is linguistics.
カラスのやつめ、ずいぶん親切だな。
Tomb Raider skill 2 of 4. Improved understanding in all languages. And a little bar, okay.
よし、あと残り2つも活性化させればいいわけだな。ここってことか。じゃあ入ってみるか。
なんだ？
墓の入り口が開いたようです。
どういうことよ。入り口が開いたって？
ずいぶん派手な開き方だな。
何がどうなってるのよ。
I'm guessing the opening is only available for a short period of time. And if you don't get in, you have to open it again. Similar to what he did. I don't know why he's used his sword. Maybe the sword is something like a key. Feels very unsafe to just
なんか見つかってもいいはずだが。よし。ここで間違いないな。
Now, granted, he went around, he got the lady locked up. He supposedly gets a bunch of cash soonish. He wanted to go back home, take a little nappy boy, like a good guy. I don't know why he's surprised there's a tomb around his home. Again, he should know that, right? Pretty sure he was very surprised, right? Can go back a second. Start capital tomb hunt begins. I thought my apartment was here. Wait, did the tomb appear here again? Should not be surprising to you. But that is the reason why he doesn't have a flashlight. Which I would be like, okay, why don't you have a flashlight? Because he was not prepared. Okay. And he's following the glyphs because these lead to the relic. Because the relic the relics seem to be very egocentric. They're just like, they have their little diary and they are just more or less buffing the words out, and you just follow the words and bam, you go to get to the relic. Additionally, you also get the location of the traps.
見つけた。
It's water.
とりあえずこれでいいかな。
There's not a goddess coming up and be like, oh, did you drop this sword or that sword, right?
お客様が来たよ
Who said we dropped our weapon? Why did we need to drop the artifact? Or the weapon? Is there a reason for that? Also, why did we need to use that to open the tomb?
哀れな。今度はどこの誰がこの池に物を落としたのだ。
おい、ここだよ。見えてねえのか。
I'm assuming this is what the glyphs told him, that he needs to drop a relic inside the lake to get an audience with the snake and potentially get a relic back. Or a different reward like a skill.
だらしないやつめ。さてと、金の剣と銀の剣。
Really? We are doing this? Okay. It's neither one of these.
お前が落としたのはどっちだ。
ここの遺物は金の斧と銀の斧。とても有名な物語だ。ヘルメウスと欲張りな木こりが原型で、似たような物語が方々に。
Yeah, but normally you just he dropped a normal axe and then gets asked, did you drop the silver or the gold axe? Which he didn't drop either. I believe he wanted to get like the gold axe and greed bad
あるから、
something.
どこの国の人間でも簡単にクリアできるだろう。だが、今回は俺がいただく。
さあ、早く選ぶのだ。
参ったな。どっちも俺のじゃないぜ。
正直なやつだな。おう、ならばこれがお前のものか。
テンプレ通りだ。それは俺のだと答えれば、俺の剣と金の剣、銀の剣すべてを手に入れてクリアできる。だが、ちょっとそれが俺のもんか確認してもいいか？
好きにしろ。
So he wants to kill the snake.
これは一体どういうつもりだ。
うるさい！お前らを信用してない。試練をクリアしたからって褒美をくれる保証なんてないからな。それに褒美をもらったら殺人鬼にされるかもしれないしな。
お前、なぜそれを知ってる？
アメリカで起きた事件だ。金の斧、銀の斧はその持ち主を操り、連続殺人犯に仕立て上げたことがある。
Okay, okay. Now, we do always have to remember this is his second time, so he does have the knowledge. Okay. So it's essentially always a trap. Why? I don't know. I don't know why he wants to trap you and give you a murderous weapon. Unless the tombs are a part of like an invasion. Then it makes more sense. But otherwise, I don't know why they would like you to trick you. Right? Also, let's say it was a trick. You defeat the snake. Do you get anything from that? Or do you not get anything? Because if you don't get anything, this feels like a little bit of a waste. Also, shouldn't have the glyphs told you about this, right? What's the whole point? You read the glyphs, and the glyphs are essentially telling you about the relic, telling you about where the entrance is, about the traps. And I assume would also have told you about this trap.
さあ来い。これはいただく。おとなしく負けを認めろ。
こんなことで私を手に入れられるとでも思うのか。
どのくらい耐えていられるかな。支配力で服従させてやる。
So the snake itself is the relic. Okay?
神話力、異物といい関係を築き協力する能力、支配力、カリスマ性で異物を支配し命令に従わせる能力、適合力、主人と異物の関係の深さ、例えば音楽家が楽器の異物と出会える能力。
So, is he channeling something into the snake through the blade? Is he just exerting some kind of effect? How exactly is this dominance thing work?
この野郎、しぶといやつめ。お前らなんかには絶対に従わない。今回の人生では神話力なんてもんは使わねえぞ。俺に服従しろ。負けを認めないって言うなら破壊してやるまでだ。俺にできないと思うか。
おい、聞いてんのか。もうやめろ。
What is this?
Huh. 手こずらせやがって。おとなしく服従しろよ。ゴージャスだな。
Are they still turning you into a murderer?
Oh.
Tomb excavation has been unlocked. Increase understanding of tombs. Okay.
おお、墓発掘スキル。
And now
あと一
we
つ
meet
活性化
the
すれば
other
本
two.
部だよな。さて、どうすりゃいいんだ。
Abuser of relics. You have acquired a new title. Dominance has increased
卑劣な
affinity.
異物脅迫者。
Dominance A plus affinity D minus?
何？脅迫者？くそ！カラスのやつめ。ふざけやがって俺のことからかってんのかよ。
よし、ここだ。見つけた。池だ。予言通りだな。
Prophecy.
さあ、出てこい。異物よ。
何するの？
Can you dive in and take the relic out? I mean, you had to drop a relic. He dropped a relic, a free relic. Don't mind if I
バカど
do.
もめ。もう遅いんだよ。
なんで反応がないんだ。預言者が池に異物を投げ入れろって言ってたのに。
預言者？ベント共和国には預言の異物を使う者がいるようね。
いや、違うよ。くそ。詮索するなよ。今度はなんだ。
地震だわ。
So, if the relic is gone or claimed, the tomb disappears? Maybe in his last life he was not here as they cleared the tomb? Maybe he was working?
さすが
あ、なんだ。
Yeah, again, we are going to be their boss. I don't know why. Maybe you need a group.
Ah, 俺だ。もしもし。何してんだ。出るのが遅いぞ。死にたいのか。先輩への礼儀がなってねえな。うるせえ。お前らに仕事を与えてやるよ。
何なんだ。はい、任務は失敗しま。予言されてた。そりゃどういうことです。
我々も後から知ったんだ。先手を打つ日本人がいると。
くそ、なんで一番重要な情報を言わなかっ
They just found out.
たんです。
未来機の異物使用者がどんなものか知ってるだろ。
まさかまた漢字が読めなかったとでも。
最近の子は仕方ない。こちらも気をつけるから君も引き続き頑張ってくれ。
She, huh? We do know there's a blonde girl going to appear.
それからその日本人には用心しろ。
はい。
ただならぬ予言が出てる。世界を飲み込むものだそうだ。
何？マイダス？マイダスとはラスベガスで開かれる世界最大の秘密オークションだ。そこに潜り込めば奴の動向を探れるかもしれない。今月の定期オークションに行って。
I'm guessing you mean your previous boss. Because I feel like the money you got is not enough to buy much in this auction.
出品物と JK ジャック・ケイマンという人物を探せ。大河原の偽名だ。バカ言うんじゃねえ。どうやってそこまで行くんだ。それはお前らが何とかしろよ。報酬は弾んでやるから、経費の心配はするな。これはビジネスだ。選ぶのはお前たち。おとなしく行くか、死ぬほど殴られるか。
容疑者は不審な行動をとった後、焼身自殺を図ろうとしたとのことです。
確かに墓の出現前にはこんな事件がたくさん起きてた覚えがある。
おい、どこに目つけてるんだ。お前のせいで通れねえじゃねえか。
金の斧、銀の斧の墓で俺にやられたやつだ。こいつがいるってことはここに墓が出現するんだな。この頃福岡には予言の異物を使う者がいたからな。
何に睨んでんだよ。
それはそうとこいつ異物を持ってるな。異物のオーラを隠さずにいるとはやっぱりバカだ。何かわからないがいただくか。
お前、俺を無視する気か。何してやがる。
ああ、おやおや、すまないな。
I'm trying to steal the relic. You did, or you were a thief in the last timeline.
服にかかっただろう。クリーニング代出せ。どんだけ高い服だと思ってる。金を出せ。
勘弁してくれよ。金がないんだ。別に高そうな服じゃないしな。
なんだと？
身分証を落としましたね。
おい、返せ。バレてないよな。俺がここに来てるのを知られるとまずいんだが。
ビンゴ。これは間違いなく古墳化現象だ。墓が出現しようとしてる。
いいぞ、予言通りだ。今ちょうど古墳化が始まりました。
分かってる。それより斧の異物を奪った日本人が君の近くにいるという予言だ。それからどういう意味かは分からんが、君は酒に注意しろと予言されてる。
あいつが予言に出てきたやつだと。
Those prophecies suck ass. Why did you have a prophecy for the two manifesting, but you didn't have a prophecy for the guy being there? Even though the guy being there is going was happening before the two manifested. Only reason could be that he is outside of time, because, you know, crowd, time, travel, bullshit. Maybe? Anything at the end? No. I want to go back. He did say that the relics tell you everything, right? Essentially. And these, definitely tomb glyphs. Tomb glyphs are the language of the relics, and they are going into great details, writing about themselves. If you can read the glyphs, you will find out where the entrance and traps are. And he's going to read them. So yeah, it should have told you about the boss and their trap as well. I would assume. I don't know, it feels a little bit, now this may be just the adaptation, right? That the adaptation is just going to assume you know stuff, or is going to show you stuff, and they just assume you get the information 1 + 1 = 2, essentially. Like with the drug. He found the drug, he gave it to his uncle, police. He knew about the warehouse, makes sense. He did work for her. And he knew all the passcodes, which I guess he knew because of the stuff previously. And for some reason in the past timeline, they gave him access to all the warehouses, which again, pretty big liability to have someone have access to all your drug volume. Now, that would also mean that our guy could have at any time just gave the police a tip. He could have stolen one of the relics, or not relics, but one of the art pieces, discovered the drug, gave the drug to the boss or the uncle. So, a little bit convoluted. I feel like that a lot of the questions, or a lot of the stuff that seems a little bit unclear, we just have to explain with the past timeline. Right? The same with him going to his home or to his apartment and it being enveloped in a tomb, and he's like, why? And what do you mean? You should know there was a tomb here in the past timeline, unless the tomb locations changed. But then you would also, I feel like, say that or make a note of that the past is not the past timeline is not happening the same way it happened before. Now with the snake, okay, sure, it makes sense that he, because of the past, he has the knowledge that the silver and gold eggs are essentially a trap. So he tries to take over the snake, which is a relic, I guess. And you can do that over like 2 different ways. One of them is gaining their trust. The other one is to dominate them, which seems to be some kind of skill you use. Nonetheless, we still have our skills for the relic we found in the past timeline. We now have the sword, which we used to unlock the dungeon. I don't remember if that was the skill of the sword, whatever. We just take it. We also now have these 2 new axes, which I feel like he wants to sell, maybe. It wouldn't make sense. Maybe not. Maybe he wants to use them to fight. Double axe style. It would have been nice if we got some more information about them. Yeah, we only got that he got the new skill, right? And he got the new title. And then we also stole the artifact of the guy, which we also have no clue about. And now we have a different dungeon. So far, I feel like there's some stuff missing between to make it feel more rounded. I personally also could do without the over-the-top comedy, but that's just me.